All right, check this out. I'm going to show you how to replace the front brakes on this Honda Civic. This is a 2013. Any of the tools that you see in the video will be linked in the description. I'm not going to mess around anymore. Let's get right into it. 19mm socket. This channel is all the projects that I do nights and weekends, mostly automotive related. One of the largest ones I did was a 6-inch lift kit on a Ram. That video is going to be linked right there. It took over 100 hours to do the filming and editing. I'm going to take those caliper bolts out, use a 12mm socket. And this one looks okay. All right, there is these clips or springs. You want to take these off, and you can pull the pads off. These pads are on there pretty good. Use a screwdriver, pop these off. We're going to take these two caliper bracket bolts out. Those are 17s. A little bit. Slide the bracket right off. On the rotor, there's two screws. You can take an impact driver with a Phillips head screw bit. Just give it a tap. Loosen it up. It's the best way to loosen these. You can try it with a screwdriver, but more likely you're just going to strip it. Take those screws out. Just give the rotor a tap if you need to, but this one slid right off. That's good. Now we're just going to clean this up, just using a wire brush. Looks good. Just going to put some anti-seize on it. Alright, there we go. And then take the new rotor, get that lined up. Make sure those holes are lined up with the threaded holes. Take the screws, get those started. And don't tighten these up too much, just snug. That's it. That's all you need. So I'm actually putting new calipers on because I found on the driver's side the boot was ripped right here. So if you see something like this, you need new calipers. You're not going to be able to just put this back together. The reason this might have happened is when someone did the brake job last, this boot might have been pushed out a little bit. There was a little bit of air in there, and then it got stuck on the caliper. That happens. I mean, also dirt and debris could have caused it, but more likely than not, that's probably what happened. I guess a rock could have got in there as well, but we're going to put two calipers on. It's always a good idea to do these in pairs. Otherwise, it might feel a little like the vehicle's pulling to one side because the other caliper's worn and older. So it's a good idea to do two. Now, normally you're going to take the caliper bracket, take these clips off. You just pop them off with a screwdriver. Let's come off pretty easy. Pop those off. We're going to clean right there, but I'm replacing the caliper, so I'm not going to have to do that. Here's the new caliper bracket. I already took that off. It is a good idea to pull these pins out, even though the caliper's new. Wipe these down with a rag. Take some silicone paste or some brake caliper lubricant. Put that on the pins, because there's never enough on there. You don't need too much, but just make sure it's coated. push that in, and then do the same on the other side. Good. Because these are coated, I'm not going to put any right there where we normally would underneath the pad clips. Put these clips on. That's good. I'll take the brake pads, put those on. And the pad with the warning indicator is going to be on the inboard side, and that's going to be at the top. And slide it over the rotor. That's good. And get the bolt started. And torque that to 80 foot-pounds. Good. At this point, you're going to use a caliper compressing tool like this. Just slide in there and then compress the caliper. You want to push that piston down so it's almost flush. We're not going to do that because we have new calipers. We're going to just put the caliper over. So that would be the next step for you, but we'll do this. You'd want it to look like this, where it's almost flush with that. So compress that caliper. If you need to, put an old brake pad on the piston so that the tool is a little bit easier to use. But do that nice and slow. You're going to take one of these springs, slide this spring in, brake pad, take the other spring, slide that one on, that one on. Now take the caliper. Yours is probably still going to have the hose on it attached. Put the top bolt in. And the lower bolt. I'll snug these down. And we'll torque these to 25 foot-pounds. That's good. Alright, so here's a cool trick if you don't know. If you compress the brake pedal just with a hood prop, just leave that up against the seat. None of the brake fluid is going to come out when you take the caliper off. It's not just going to be dripping. You're not going to have to rush. It's still a good idea to double check the fluid level under the hood. Take the cap off. Make sure you use the correct brake fluid. It says right on the cap what type of fluid. This one takes .3. Good. Put the cap back on. Now I'm going to move the hose over to the new one. There's nothing wrong with this hose. So the hose looks good. There's no cracking in it. It's still flexible. Use the new 1/2-inch Metabo HPT. There'll be links for all these tools in the description. Using a 14mm socket. I'm just going to have a drain bucket underneath because we're going to leak some fluid. There we go. Pull that off. Drain the fluid out. And you can see there's no brake fluid dripping out of the line because we have the brake pedal depressed. So no fluid coming out. So you don't have to rush. Now take the banjo bolt, put a seal over it. It's going to go through the line, and then the other seal, just like that. Attach that to the caliper. Tighten that down. Alright, now we can take that hood prop off. Now I'm going to start by gravity bleeding the brakes first. So just open up the bleeder screw. There we go. And we'll just let that bleed out. You want to put a drain bucket underneath so you can catch the fluid. Starting to drip out, so I'll just close that up. Snug that up. This side's not leaking yet. Just as I turned the camera off, it started leaking, bleeding. Alright, so we'll close this up. Now that was just a gravity bleed. I still like to do a conventional bleed by having someone step on the brake pedal and open the bleeder screw. Alright, so double check your brake fluid level, top it off. Slowly push the brake. Just pump it a few times. That's good. Here's a way you can bleed this if you don't have an assistant pushing the pedal. We'll just take a bottle and a hose, and you just want to make sure the hose goes up. Put the wrench over the bleeder and push the hose over the bleeder. You want to make sure it seals. Alright, that's sealed good. Now we can open the bleeder. And I'm going to go in the car and just push. The air bubbles are going to come out there. I'm going to give it about 4 pumps. And I'll close up the bleeder. Snug that down. Pull the hose off. You can wash it down with brake fluid and do the same on the other side. Just put the cap on. Take it for a road test. Double check, make sure nothing's leaking.